touchdown.
Hi everybody, so before I record the Georgia and Xavier preview video on the other channel, the main channel, I just wanted to jump on here for a second, and I have two things to say. I want to say sorry and thank you, and I'll explain why. So, after the Georgia Ole Miss game, the day after they played Florida, YouTube and I guess Disney and all that got into a falling out, and the Florida game went by normal. I was able to post the Georgia Bulldog Sports Network call of the game, which was Chauncey Bowen's run. They written him a new one. It was a great call, and I was so excited to edit the whole game, and then eventually I did, and I went to post it, and then I've been notified that it had been blocked, and I really didn't know what to do. I was like, well, and on the main channel, I have only ever had 3 videos blocked. And on the Vault channel, I've only had 1 block, which was the radio broadcast for the Georgia and Notre Dame game, the Sugar Bowl, the ESPN Plus Georgia radio feed. So, but that was an odd feed anyway. They had technical difficulties the whole feed. I mean, they didn't even show anything that actually happened late in the second quarter. So, on the main channel, I've had 3 or 4 videos ever blocked, but none were Georgia related. It was the Michigan-Alabama Rose Bowl, when I posted the Michigan radio call of the Doug Karsh and the Doug Karsh and Jim Jansen radio call, because I like those guys. I like being able to hear other teams' radio broadcasts. Yes, Georgia Bulldog Sports Network's my all-time favorite, but I do enjoy listening to others, so I posted that. I posted the Michigan-Washington championship game, which is actually still up on my channel, I believe. And then I posted the Sugar Bowl again on that channel, and it got blocked. So, and then I like to say I posted Texas, Washington, the final second of that game with the Washington radio. I actually don't remember. The 2023 playoffs were just so interesting. My dad liked Michigan in the 90s, so I was going for Michigan. But I also like Washington because, they're also dogs too. But anyway, all that aside, it got blocked, and I never had an issue with it. I was like, well, this is a Michigan channel anyway by any means, so I'm not worried. I'll just delete it and do whatever. Well, the Georgia-Florida game comes this year. It gets blocked 3 times. I'm like, well, what in the world? So I wait a week. And then I try to post Georgia-Mississippi State. Blocked. I was like, well, crap. At this point, it's 2 weeks in. I don't know I know that maybe it has something to do with the YouTube TV dispute, but I don't know what else to do. And then this week happens, Georgia and Texas. Post it, boom, blocked again. At that point, I'm pissed because I'm like, it's been 3 weeks. I literally do nothing on this channel, on this Vault channel. I literally do nothing but post videos with Scott, Josh, and the gang. So, I mean, that's literally doing no harm. And then, and this is where I want to say I apologize to, man, because I've just had so many great comments on both channels about what's going on, about people missing it, and people wanted to hear it again. So eventually for Texas, got these short clips. So apparently a 30-second clip can't get copyrighted, but a 1-minute clip can. I don't know. That's just confusing. But so one of my longtime viewers eventually said, well, you know what, man, just go on Rumble and I'll watch it. And I was like, well, I do want to have the video, so if I ever want to watch it, I can. I want Solo Rumble first. I know what it is. It's more of a freedom of speech platform. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll go on Rumble and I'll post it. So the Georgia and Texas and Georgia Mississippi State game has already been posted on Rumble. The Georgia and Florida game will be probably soon. It's 10:08 as I record this, so I got to start editing it. But I'm actually kind of mad. I already had this game edited, so now I have to edit it all over again because I deleted it a few weeks ago because I didn't know I'd be able to post. So I apologize. I know it isn't my fault, but as the leader of this channel, I should feel like I should apologize to all my viewers. I am absolutely terribly sorry that you've not had no content to watch the last 3 weeks, and I have to make the Georgia basketball review of the first few games. I'm just sorry I don't want to do it, but it will be done before the Charleston Classic. Again, guys, I am terribly sorry that this has been going on. I hope it gets fixed. And I wasn't aware of this until yesterday that there are other YouTubers having this problem. I know for a fact Davin Bellamy had the problem on YouTube about his videos getting blocked. I don't know if it was due to the same reason or not, but some other college football YouTubers apparently has been having this problem too. And I never side myself with any of these other YouTubers. I don't know them. I hate the problems going on with them. And I apologize, but somebody had to bring it to my attention for me to know. I just genuinely don't watch. I ain't trying to be funny. I want to watch games with ESPN's broadcast. I want to watch games with Scott in the game, so that's why I do this. I do it for others, so people who enjoy it, I absolutely do, but more so I do it for me. I do it for me so I can watch it with Scott in the gang, so... Guys, I apologize, but I thank you for the tremendous support I've had over this. This has been difficult. I was sorry at the end of last year, after the Florida game, maybe the Texas game, maybe after the Florida or Texas game, I was sorry we were in the basketball season, and I didn't even edit the last few games of that year. I know for a fact I did Georgia Tech. And then I did the SEC championship game, but like UMass, I didn't do that game. Florida, I didn't do the entire game of that game. I didn't do Auburn, Mississippi State because that was after the hurricane, so I was having some weird crap going on. But I was sorry in last year, and this year I have tried my best on both channels to be able to bring you the best content available. Listening to Scott and the gang isn't really accessible for some people, so I always try to bring it out and do the best I can on the main channel. I mean, just look at it. We have 3 different videos with the Georgia radio that you can watch. You have the regular highlights, which are somewhere between 17 to 20 minutes long. And this is the first year I've ever done amended highlights with football. I did it for basketball the last 2 seasons, starting at the end of 2023-24. I believe the first game I did it for the 2024 season was Ole Miss. So, I've done amended highlights with basketball forever, and what that is just 2 to 3 minute recaps so you don't have time to watch it. And then this year for football only, we do extended, which is the whole drive, and it could be up to 2 hours long, but that's the point of the highlights. Then of course on this channel, the Vault channel, the full games. And I'm sorry I haven't been able to do the full games this year. I do think whenever I get a laptop or a computer or something, I will re-edit every game, have it full, but I've done pretty good for the most part. I haven't had a short video. The shortest video probably was the Georgia Austin P game. That's because Georgia only scored 28 points. But I understand. I thank you guys so much because I know that there are people wanting to watch it and just haven't been able to. And again, I'm sorry. I am so sorry that this is going on right now. I've been posting on Rumble. Again, I'll post the Florida game later. It's either going to be later today or later tonight. But yeah, I mean, I'm sorry for everybody else that's having this issue. But I really don't care about them. I'm more sorry to my viewers because I understand last year I said, and I've been doing Georgia radio videos since 2018. Believe it or not, I mean, and a lot of that stuff isn't even public no more on my old Android. My old little Android. And then in 2020, I actually posted them all on YouTube. But that channel was deleted and whatnot. So I've been doing this on both these channels combined since 2021. I've been doing Georgia radio highlights for a long time. I know there was another guy who did it too, but and to my viewers as well, I'm sorry I'm not him. There's a lot of people who still go to his comments saying they hated YT. I actually was friends with him on an old Twitter account I had. I enjoyed his videos. I mean, I'm sorry I'm not him. Now, somebody once asked me if he was still doing it, would you be doing it? And the absolute answer is yes. There could never be enough Georgia radio content on the web anywhere. But I'm sorry, I apologize, I'm not him. He always had his videos top notch. And, you can tell the reason his videos would be 30 to 40 minutes longer, but it would include more than mine do. And the reason that is because, he could cut out the radio and be like, well, okay, that's fine. I don't want to cut out the radio. I want if Georgia has a 10-minute drive that lets Georgia go up 17-3 versus Alabama A&M, I want you to be able to hear that entire 10-minute drive with the Georgia radio. Now, people might do it differently, and that's okay. They can do it however they want, but that's how I feel about it. I want you to be able to hear the entire drive. That's why I include the pregame. That's why I include the broadcast intro. If you've watched my main channel, you see that I post the Georgia Bulldog Sports Network intro. I post the Tailgate Show intro. I post the Classic Munson call. I post the post game. I post Scott and the gang and sign off. I post the actual radio network outro. So I mean, I want you to be able to hear all this, but more importantly, I do it for me to be able to hear it. And I hope there's somebody out there who has archived my YouTube channel. If not, then I'll have to do that myself. But I mean, I love Scott and the gang so much. That's the only, I do this for two reasons. I started out only doing it because I love Scott and the gang. And then other people started to enjoy what I do, and I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and continue to do this. So now, halfway, I do it for other people who enjoy it. And don't get me wrong, I've had some commenters who've commented ever since I started this channel, and it is 100% appreciated. You guys have no idea what that means to me. This channel, the one you're watching this on, is a little newer than my other channel. I had that channel since 2021. The very first thing I posted on that channel was Georgia and North Carolina State, I believe, in women's basketball in 2021, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, because the other two things were the Marcus Howard call and then the Mark Rick Show intro. The very first video I had big on this channel I deleted was 2022, or not this channel, but the main channel was the 2022 college football playoff. That was the biggest thing I ever had, and I sure regret deleting some of the older games I had. But we're working with maybe they could get me some different ones, which would be excellent. I'd post on both channels. Well, not really post. I don't know if I'd post them or not, but if I weren't able to post them, I wouldn't post them, but I definitely would be listening to them. So that's all I have to say. I appreciate it so much. I really do. I really do. And again, I'm terribly sorry for people only on YouTube side. It doesn't go to other platforms. that this is happening to you. I am sorry. Of course, there's stuff for me to be sorry about because this is out of my hands. But I do want to be the better man and say that I'm sorry. That your content has been cut short. I don't get how people can post Oklahoma and Alabama, but for some reason I can't post Georgia and Texas. I don't get it, but they're both are owned by ABC, so whatever that is, we'll get it figured out at some point. And again, on Rumble, I will post the games on Rumble from now on. But this channel's not dead. Okay, I have some old videos planned. I have the 1999 Georgia Tech game coming out. I have the 01 Georgia Tech game. I have the 01 Tennessee game. I have the 08 Georgia Tech game. And I have the 02 Georgia Tech game. So, this isn't going nowhere. This channel is not going nowhere, guys. You don't have to... And, of course, whenever we get the major with basketball season, I'll have basketball videos on it, too. This channel is not going anywhere. But, I can't post enough if they're blocking it, so go Dogs, guys. I'll see you on the other side. I'm about to go record the Georgia Xavier preview, so go Dogs.